Right.
Gentlemen, as we have been doing regularly in past, this time also we are with you with another security leadership discussion. And in this discussion, we are going to discuss what end users need and what private security industries provide. The quality delivery of security service, what end users need. Most of us as security professionals have personal experience that there are wide range of needs of security professionals while doing their industrial security management. They have presently come to that situation where they want a bouquet range of security services through private security industry. And private security agencies and other private security service providers collectively are being referred in this discussion and elsewhere also as PSSPs. They play an important role in protecting state and non-state clients engaged in relief, recovery, and reconstruction efforts, commercial business operations, diplomacy, and military activities. And in providing these services, the activities of PSSPs can have potentially positive and negative consequences for their clients. And when they serve their clients, their local population in the area of operation, the generally security environment, and the enjoyment of human rights and the rule of law become interested segments, and any consequences will impact these key social elements. The big companies are outsourcing some of their risk management to external security service providers and thereby carrying out a strategic change, typically devoting more efforts to their core business while letting other security agencies take care of support activities. The service providers are required to be ready to take on significant proportion of their clients' risk management and thereby carry out a strategic change in their own, possibly adopting a new service-oriented business logic that will complement their core service product. In changing times, when India is poised to be superpower, the delivery process and the standard of varied security services and product needs major overhaul. Captain Manoj Kumar, Executive President of International Council for Industrial Security and Safety Management, is here with us to discuss the entire range of what end users expect from private security agencies and what private security agencies can do in quality delivery of service. Captain Manoj Kumar, Jai Hind, welcome to the discussion.
Sir, very, very Jai Hind and good evening to you and all the listeners and all the member of our council. It's nice to be live with you.
I would like to make your full introduction to our viewers, and I feel extremely happy and privileged to share your background credentials. And our viewers may appreciate that because of your background and achievement, you are in right position as executive director of industrial security and safety management's top notch platform where we provide not only networking opportunities but professional support also. Captain Manoj Kumar is a very meritorious law graduate. He has participated and excelled in national schools and all India inter-university aquatic events. He is alumni of Officers Training School and served Indian Army in Jar Regiment. He has served at strategic locations in different roles and capacities in overseas and inland. He was part of Indian peacekeeping force and has rich experience in war games and tactics and has served as ADC to a division commander. After completing mandatory term in Indian Army, he ventured into corporate world and chosen security and safety management as area of his specialization. He has over 40 years of experience in industrial safety and security management in different sectors, ranging from paints, heavy engineering, automobile, chemicals, in country and overseas. And he has been great learning opportunity for his colleagues and juniors. He is a very dedicated mentor and ensures that his subordinates and colleagues learn through experience and through his mentoring approach. And I am sure that industrial security fraternity, there must be multitude of professionals in the core areas of strategic planning and security and safety operations who have benefited through the rich experience of Captain Manoj Kumar. So, Captain Manoj Kumar, now you have been in various sectors and you have been in industrial security management as top-notch security professionals. What do you feel today end users start expecting from private security agencies? And also, while mentioning this thing, also mention maybe as introductory remark that how PSIs are attempting to cope up or they are in position already to serve the demand of end users.
So, first of all, thanks very much for giving me the opportunity. And let's proceed to the topic straight away. See, the today's demand by the private security agency or private security companies are the end user, beside requiring the guards, which is a traditional way of business with the end user and the security company, they are looking forward for various aspects from the security companies, such as logistic security. This is one of the very major area which is going to take on the load too much of importance. Cash management is already flowing, but cash management only came into light once the ATM started off. Otherwise, cash management was very limited. Then the another area which falls under the employee security, as far as the HR management is concerned, is their employee safety. Then the safety of higher management. That's another becoming very important. Vigilance. What is the input of vigilance? What is the intelligence backup we can provide to the end user? Risk assessment. These are some of the areas which security companies are being looked upon by their end users. That is what I feel.
While you mentioned that what are the expectations of end users, the core security professionals working in different corporates and business entities, they have their mandate. Risk management is overall responsibility on security professionals. Many security professionals also undertake background screening of their employees or extended workforce, outsourced employees. So, this is another area where management wants their security professionals to deliver. Then, another thing is in the period of acquisition and merger, the due diligence, risk audits, these are also considered the roles and responsibilities of security professionals. You have been into heavy vehicle industry, you have been to service delivery industry, you have been to food processing industry and paint manufacturing industry, a whole lot of them. So, with rich experience through the diverse background, you might have certainly uh, found few agencies, those engaged by your management, were having a very limited approach. They fail to diversify, and that's why they fail to get orders from you. So, what do you feel about it? What is your experience in this regard?
See, the private security agencies these days are working in a very traditional manner. They need to change their mindset. If we take a small example, like if we call the people to give us a security, do a audit, give us a plan. So the security companies or security agencies, they limit themselves just merely by providing guard on a physical appearance. They are available. That is what they mean by the security. Majority of security service provider has to come out of this mindset. They are not just merely a manpower supply agents for security. They have to come out of it. As I said earlier, the work area has increased. End users is looking beyond physical security. If we talk in today's aspect, I think every company needs what help can a security agency can provide to as far as the logistic security is concerned. How well can security company use artificial intelligence? But the bottleneck of the security agencies, they based their services, the more number of manpower, the more profits. Whereas they forget to provide the latest trends, the latest techniques, the risk management. Risk management should not talk about only the thefts, or even if it talks about theft, their theft could be of multiple nature. There could be many kind of a theft these days, which people fail to understand, or rather, I will say, people like us, those who have served in private sector as a security managers, they have failed to impress upon their management that beside the physical presence of the security guard, there are much more beyond that. This is what I feel.
Very right in spreading out the whole range of challenges and opportunities for PSI. And I have seen some not paradoxes. There are security service providers, PSIs. They are very conservative in approach, whereas security technology service providers, they are very aggressive in their approach. In fact, they have a technology and want to sell the technology whether end users want them or not. So whatever they have, they are in a hurry, and most of the time they succeed also in selling a technology or the equipment or the gadget which end users actually do not need. Whereas on other side, end user is demanding a service, and the private security agencies with conventional approach to the business remain confined to their area of comfort. They have been providing manpower and they will keep on providing manpower. Yes, consolidating on one core business is one thing, but in the era of diversification, they need to diversify. And who would know it better than you and me?
Yeah.
And yes, with viewers, we will share a very pleasant surprise which came out of a survey conducted by us, by International Council for Industrial Security and Safety Management. Few months back, we conducted online survey in which we approached select end user, the corporate security professionals, and survey was aimed with the objective to find out what are the expectations of end users towards quality delivery of security services. And I will share, and with those slides displayed for the benefit of viewers, Captain Manoj Kumar, you and me will discuss those elements which were outcome of this whole survey. So first thing first, let's share the presentation and then we'll discuss at appropriate time the key elements. So the discussion would follow once we see these slides. survey of security sector end user.
And
And
you.
salient features are of the survey that it represented wide demographic representation conducted online as well as on telephone, uh, responses from cross section of PSUs, multinational companies, and service and manufacturing sectors. Some managing their risk through technological applications and outsourcing manpower, ranging from big to small, that is sourcing 50 to 100 guards and more. And then there were total 78 responses received, conducted online as well as through telephonic approaches. So this was outcome. And if we see the largest segment of the responders were in orange pie, and there were another factors which came out. Security professionals from MNCs are more receptive and responsive to survey and conscious to changes. That was very important outcome which came out through this survey. And public sector, maybe because of restriction of services, there are most of the time not permitted to interact external agencies and discuss about their security management or security policy. So they were less amenable to responses and also less amenable to changes. 33% go for open tender, whereas 22% go for limited tender, open tender, and also through DGR nomination and only limited tender. So we see that 33%, the major chunk, will go for open tender. And private security industries must realize that most of their business will come through the participation in open tender. The selection of PSA, 83% PSAs, private security agencies, are selected on the basis of Private Security Agency Regulation Act manifested license, and 72% go for PSA's manpower deployment capability. So licensing, the availability of license is one key factor, and second thing is that PSA's deployment capability. To what extent, on short notice, how many security guards and supervisors, varied range of security professionals they can provide, and 39%, 39% specific security function. They search for security agencies who are for engaging particular security agency for this particular specific function. So they are not conventionally ready to give other services to same security agency. And then what are the key deliverables identified in tender and procurement document? Security manpower is found to be 32%, and little ahead of it is managing risk identified. This percent comes to 33, and top function, the key deliverables is found to be at 43%, specific functions required for security agencies. And there are other tasks and other context specific requirements. And here we see that 77% is the representation as first responder and key contributor. When security agency is engaged, then that security agency is considered as the first responder and key contributor so far as security operation management is concerned. And their training aspect, PSAR and on-the-job training, OJT, which is referred as OJT, 33% were for sector-specific training. 94% were in favor of a specific security awareness and process knowledge of guards and periodic security awareness sessions and workshops. Mobilization time was considered to be 1 month as reasonable time. 54.4% responded that sufficient mobilization time is 1 month. 26% found it that 7 to 15 days is reasonably good time for mobilization of manpower from the day or from the point of engaging the security agency. And once security agency is engaged, then key deliverables were 47% security manpower and 48% managing risk identified through risk assessment. So at this point, we will go back again to the discussion board. And Captain Manoj, through this, you have seen that conventionally end users want the security agency who is in position of offering their bouquet of services. So it is not only security manpower. The approach from counting the heads has changed to counting the risk and managing that. So it is immaterial whether 10 guards or 20 guards are engaged. These numbers can vary depending on threat perceptions. So threat perception, when is considered to be ongoing, continuous process, then security manpower cannot remain fixed. When threats are variable, so would be the number of manpower engaged to combat those threats. So number is variable, then various range of security services are expected. So you have gone through the whole process of security survey. For the benefit of our viewers, I have shared the salient features of this security survey. And once again, my request to you is let's again, debate element to element. Uh, Once again, first thing, what you feel are the areas of diversification. We'll come to it little later, but right now, with whatever we have discussed, manpower is one thing. What are the other variables? You have mentioned cash management. And do you find, as of now, through your personal and professional experience, PSI is ready to take on this challenge?
Not many. As I said initially, that the mindset has not changed. There are very few PSIs, the top notches, they are managing this cash management. For example, if I offer somebody that this services has to be taken over by them, are they ready for that? The best answer they have is yes, we can do it, we will arrange it. But nobody says that I am doing it. That's the difference. I just go back to a little your previous slides and work where you said there is a big gap between the security agencies and the security technologies. The security agencies or PSI has not been able to adapt the security technology, and that is what the problem comes from. And the second important part, which I always say important, is the security managers. The awareness of security managers is not also up to date. That is what I feel.
And you have seen that through the survey that it is not Pasara mandated training which makes a security personnel barely able to wear the uniform, barely manage to salute, and get up and maybe do left, right, and elementary knowledge of security duties. So they know what is expected of them, but they do not know how to do those duties. They know the range of duties to be done by them, but they do not know how to do those duties. Like They are yet to learn before deployment. They are not trained. They are yet to learn how to conduct frisking, how to conduct interrogation, how to conduct uh, material examination and risk assessment. In simple words, doing the security inspections. So, security inspections of man, material, commodities, consumables coming and going out, they won't be aware of how to do it and when to do it. They are just
I'll sir put it this way.
true.
I'll just interrupt you, sir, and just put it in one way. I am yet to see a security agency which is about to be hired or been given a letter of intent by the organization. No security agency come and ask, okay, what is the manufacturing process? What are the ingredients? What all is can be moved out through wrong channels or through theft? When security agencies are not aware what is the process of manufacturing, what all kind of material are being used, whether it is a food industry or is a chemical industry. I have worked for automobile. There is a difference. A security agency can only give training to their people before induction if they know what is the process, what kind of usage, what kind of material, what all things are there. They don't know about it. Since they don't know about it, what security agency provide training is majoritarily is, as you said earlier, just to wear the uniform, salute, and wish them, and that's end of it. And that becomes the mindset of the employees, of the end users also. That the security guard is saluting very good, is wearing a good uniform, or he is wishing me very well. Oh, it's a very good agency. Without realizing, so none of these boys have been told by their owners about the process, about the material, about the theft, how the checking has to be done. You go to the mall these days, you realize it as to how do they do the frisking. You see the difference of frisking done at the gate of a mall or at the employee gate of any organization. You will see the difference. And differences because of the training, differences
True,
because of the awareness.
true, true. In fact, this has come out in the survey, and I will
Yes,
share the
evident. This
screen.
was evident.
Yeah. So this screen also mentions about training and on-the-job training. So, like 83% selection of PSC, 83% is based on Pasara license. 73% is based on
Manpower.
manpower deployment capability of security agency, and 40% focuses on PSA's add-on support, and 39% is specific security functions. So 39% is also a major chunk. 39% is
Major.
not all segment, that they want specific security functions from security agencies. And like you and me agree here on this point, that most of the security agencies do the compliance job only. That Private Security Agency Regulation Act has mandated a security guard to be given so many hours security training. That security training will make them only capable of doing elementary. But agencies, they need professionals. They do not need novices. So when there is a gap, that PSIs will be barely doing the compliance. And end users like you and me would be needing a real thorough security professionals. So how to give the training? You are very right. I am also yet to see someone who wants to know our processes, procedures of doing various activities. What are the material management policies and procedures? What is manpower related, their access control systems? which type of CCTV system we have, which type of access control we have. They are not interested. You wanted 20 men, 20 men are made to fall in next day. And with their, maybe unshaven uh, chins and long hairs peeking through their, beret and all. So that is one thing. The very frequent lament from PSI. Let our viewers also realize that we are not doing PSI bashing. It is not PSI bashing. In fact, it is discussion focusing on how to get the quality service, because end users now started demanding quality service, and PSI are to meet up that requirement, and that is the focus of our discussion. So back to what I was saying, that private security agencies provide security guard, which will require lot of training. And very frequent lament from PSI is that we go for lowest bidding. Sir, nomination basis. You can give me no, work order on nomination basis, and I'll do the magic. But when it is open tender, then sorry, it has to go to the L1, and L1, the quality of service. No, it is not L1. In fact, with the two-bit system, end users like you and me specify what are the qualities and experience needed. So PSRA mentions about certain hours of training. We say that they should be at this level. Thank God that star rating has been introduced by Capt, so we can refer to a document which
Yes.
quantifies and qualifies the standards. So today we can go for that level. And yes, they lament that if peanuts is all you can give, then monkey is all you will get. That also is wrong, because today the discerning customer can go to five-star hotel and order a tea which will cost him 150 rupees per cup. And same person can go to the roadside, probably where tea is more tasty and hotter than the five-star hotel, and cost only 5 rupees. This is the customer who has got range from 5 rupees to 150 rupees. I can drink tea by the roadside and I can drink tea in the five-star hotels. And I'm willing to pay. So when I'm willing to pay, why PSI is not willing to deliver? So now we go to the second phase of our discussion. What we actually need, which PSI today must provide. And this is their window of opportunity opening for very short time, because with so many market players, someone who has created a niche will fill that gap. But conventionally, security professionals would love to engage a security agency which will answer their hundred of requirements, single window. So over to you.
First of all, this reminds me when I started my career in the civil, you gave me a mantra. So I'll start from there. You told me that the security manager must participate or interact or to be in reporting with the senior manager. Normally, what happens, senior management, normally what happens is that the security manager reports to an HR manager, and whatever he puts across to his reportee, hardly 5% goes up. But when the security manager is reporting or interacting day to day with the top management, then he's giving the right picture. And security management and the higher management of the organization on a some day will understand the importance of security. So this is what I always remember. Here, a big role to be played by the security managers also. They should get over of this tendency of L1 lowest rate bidding, because When you give a little better money, you get little better services also. Because you're not these days, just as I said earlier, is not based on just physically giving a manpower. You have to tell your management that I am looking for these following quality in this service provider, whether it is they are good in their compliance, what is their absenteeism rate, how well they are using the latest technology of the security services to reduce the thefts, what is the risk they have done, risk management they have done, and what the security agency is suggesting, how will they mitigate these risks. Supply chain management, security, this is another very big aspect. No security company talks about it. So the security managers all has to give this view to their higher management to get the better services, to get the better player. When the better player comes in, the better player, you can demand it. You can say, okay, I want, beside giving security manpower, I want this. It is not the number of manpower and your profit. Your profit can also go up by giving other supplies. Eh, There, the security technology is beyond access control and beyond CCTV these days. CCTV and access control has slowly in last 10 to 15 years have entered at the lowest level of any organization. But beyond this, neither organization has gone, nor the security managers have been able to emphasize their senior management. And because of these two reasons, the security service provider, the PSI, they have also not gone ahead. They are also restricting themselves to just providing a physical manpower.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with you, Manoj. And let's see what are the other outcome of the survey which we have been referring here. And these are that on-the-job training, which end users demand, and they also demand from private security agencies to help in risk assessment. For them, risk assessment is ongoing process. 43% has highlighted this requirement. 42% do risk assessment by their security department. 30% engage PSAs for other tasks also. 67% feel PSA to take all actions in case of breach of security. So end to end, entire range of activities need to be done by PSA. This is what is felt by 67%. 89% felt that they will provide the security gadgets, and those security gadgets and security systems not only to be handled by the security agencies manpower, but also operation maintenance responsibility also should go to same PSAs. 75% had emphasis on formal evaluation of continual improvement. Now, here, this is another area for which PSI must get up and take note of, because they pay a lot of emphasis on 76% respondent felt that formal evaluation of continual improvement is what they need. So it is not that security guard who were provided today will remain at same skill level and their knowledge will remain same at the end of the year. At the end of the year, they need evaluation and want to see the evidence of their continual improvement. That is one thing PSI must underscore and start getting ready for. The findings of the study showed that the drives of the customer value are centered around five themes. And these five themes are very important for every PSI to take note of: defining the service offering, implementing the services, understanding the customer perceived security, managing customer relationship, and understanding the entire range of security service which they are expected to provide in wider context. And thereafter, their bouquet of service is showing something also remarkably very clear, which has not been captured anywhere in any of the surveys so far. And these are security professions from MNCs are more receptive, and they are conscious to change, and they will continue to demand various range of security services from their service provider. So these are the few salient features of the survey we have come across, and let's see that today, if you would do the tendering, what would you include in your tender? The range of security services.
See, first of all, it is it differ from service to service, what type of industries we have. As I said earlier, the risk has to be assessed, and the risk has to be assessed, the static risk. See, there is one risk which keeps on changing. After 3 months, you find, okay, now this is the new risk which have developed, because you have countered certain the previous risk. So what we need is, I if I am floating a tender, so I would look into my vendor, as you said, who has a bouquet of service. For beside providing the manpower, he should have a good team who can assess the risk. He should be able to retain his manpower. That is very important. And how do you retain your manpower? Depend on your compliances. How truthfully are you doing compliances? I feel that because the compliances are not being done strictly, the manpower keeps on changing. The moment the guard gets educated, moment he becomes confident, he moves away. He moves away. Why? Because he probably is not getting the thing which he's been told to get. So I would look for a good compliance company. I would look the company who has a variety of function and those who are doing it. Moment I say that I want employee security, they should not say that we do it. They should say that we are doing it and we will do it for you also. These days, there's a lot of importance for warehouse management. All organizations have a warehouse management. Warehouse management. So, moment I say I need some people for warehouse management, so that company should have that specific knowledge and specific training agendas, so that they can impart the knowledge and training to their guard, those who can manage to handle the warehouse security. So these few things I would like to see, how what is the vision of security services, those who are ready to provide us security beside giving the, as I said, uniform manpower.
In fact, as end user, we are also part of the same ecosystem, and we are generally aware of what is going on, whether turtles or fishes or frogs. Aquatic animal know whether it is raining or not. So we also know what is happening in other part of ecosystem. We are service users and they are service providers. You talk about compliance. There are major deficiencies which you know and I know and everyone knows, and generally these are requested to be overlooked. There might be uh, something about payment of bonus, payment of PF, payment of gratuity, lot many things. And more than that, maintaining the roster, maintaining the roster on 8 hours basis, and giving extra duties without actually giving extra compensation for extra duties. These are, something which happens routinely, and PSI need to come over such compliance issues. Then, like I requested that if one is required to do the tendering, and one is drafting the tender document. So, a specific condition of contract. There is, very one important part, specific condition of contract. I, for one, will say that I do not want anyone below the age of, say, 20, because 18 is far too young, and there that immaturity for serious service like security. So, I would say that I need someone above 22 and below 55. Now, same PSI will get up and start showing, sir, this is Private Security Agency Regulation Act, and here range is from 18 to 60. I said, you know the condition, 22 to 55, this is what I need, and this is you need to provide. This is within the range of compliance, and this is my specific condition of contract. Provide manpower. Sir, कैसे होएगा? There is a problem. Lord, I am willing to pay because everyone knows that my specific requirement. Then my specific requirement that their nighttime vision, nighttime vision, I will see that they meet my specific requirement. Cost will escalate. My specific condition of contract is that security manpower must be capable of reading and writing vernacular and Hindi or English, whichever is most preferred language. This will cost extra. I'm willing to pay because I know when I go from the minimum basic compliance matters and my bar is raised, this will also include extra loading. So customer is ready, end user is ready, and PSI need to be ready for that change in the attitude. And then another thing is that no security personnel is going to work mostly physical duties. They would be duties either in you know uh, in close cooperation of technology help available. Technology in industrial security may be through detection, surveillance, and recording and retrieving various data. So, a security guard is not only capable in physical sense, in technical sense also they need to have additional capabilities. They should be capable of handling door frame metal detector, hand metal detector, maybe baggage scanner, CCTV system. They are retrieving the information, retrieving that predefined CCTV audio clip or video clip. Whole range of technological application in industrial security management is increasing by the day, and their shelf life is not more than 5 years. So the security guard needs to be ready and constantly. That is why survey highlighted continual improvement. Today, what they have started with, their knowledge and skill set must go and it must be evidenced, must go up. That is a continual improvement. So, what would you like to say to summarize this discussion, Captain Manoj?
I'll put it for all three of us. Let's include the PSIs, let's include the organization, and including the security managers also. First of all, as I said, the security managers should have the strength and guts and faith on their knowledge to put across things in front of their top management about their requirement. Based on that requirement, they should frame the LOIs, their terms and conditions of service, and they should not compromise when the uh, when the tender is floated. They should be at ease to tell their service providers to PSIs that this is what is my requirement, this is what I am ready to pay, but my vision is this. I must get this by anything. Literacy, computer knowledge, knowing of the language, wearing the uniform. These all things are latest things happening. So I put all three responsible and important ingredients. The security manager, the security manager is aware. He makes his management aware. He makes his management ready to pay a little better price and get a good service, and then accordingly on that service on your pay bracket you get the good service provider, and from that good service provider you get all your basics, what is the need of your organization. I'll put it this way.
Thank you, Manoj. It has been absolute pleasure to discuss wide range of issues which end users expect from private security industry, and how service providers need to align their professional capabilities to the tune of expected security services by the end users. And for our viewers, that was Captain Manoj Kumar, Executive President of International Council for Industrial Security and Safety Management, which is in forefront in professionalizing the security professionals. Join our LinkedIn group, join our Telegram group, join our other activities, and also subscribe to our channel. For then only you'll get to know what we are going to discuss as our next topic. And for the benefit of our viewers, next we are going to discuss is a very important subject. You might be aware that central government has recently changed three major laws in India. IPC, CRPC, and Indian Evidence Act has been changed, replaced by brand new laws. They are given different name, and there are various very new provisions. The focus is on not punishing the offenders, focus is on disposal of justice. So truly our three laws which have changed the focus of justice disposal system, and thereby asking all the police organizations and police personnel and also the security professionals to update their knowledge. Three laws are going to be discussed in our next discussion by Major Sudarshan Singh. Major Sudarshan Singh is expert and has very sharp and focused study on new laws introduced. And next discussion is going to be on that subject. Till such time, when you get the notification for the new discussion, I hope that you will remain happy, healthy, and secure. God bless you, and let's wait for